Hi, welcome to It's Time with Shari. I'm your host, Shari Hineti Elon. And Happy New Year, everyone. This is our first episode for the year 2016. But before we move on, I would like to thank the Lord Almighty for a wonderful 2015. Of course, for all of us, the year that was might have been full of heartaches, challenges, and difficulties. But still, we thank God for all the blessings that we have received, for all the milestones that we were able to achieve, especially the accomplishments, the little victories, and most especially the new relationships that we have built and have grown by being closer to the people whom we love. And so, this year, we wish that this would be even greater and, shall I say, a year of positive things that would come my way and your way, of course. And allow me to share with you a quote from John F. Kennedy that says, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter the words, but to live by them. So allow me in this episode to share with you some tips. Number one, on how to positively change your ways. How do you think can you change your ways positively? Because all of us would want to have that change, but change is just so difficult. Do you know that many people have not just one, but at least 20 habits that they find very difficult to kick? Well, sometimes we find it very difficult to live within our means. That's why we acquire so much loans, and then we are finding ourselves difficult or stretched too thin that we cannot pay off our debts. Also, it is really hard sometimes to lose the weight that we want to lose and get that body that we would want. It is also sometimes difficult to stop our vices like smoking, drinking, and sleeping late. Those are the vices that we must kick. Remember, it is difficult to change, but, well, I would like to share with you from the magazine Success, which is unfortunately not available here in the Philippines, but of course available online. So I'd like to share with you these things. Here are some tips on how to change positively. Number one, get real with yourself. If you've been stuck in trying to resolve problems with finances, health, relationships, career, or other areas, seek tough love, meaning to say, ask for honest feedback, especially from the people closest to you, the people who will not be afraid to tell you the truth and tell you point blank where you fail and where you're not good at. And of course, the second part is you ask yourself, meaning get real with yourself. Ask yourself, what is really the problem? What are the things that you think that you should already stop doing and you should, shall I say, move forward and start doing the things positively? So Allshare says, ask for honest feedback, and I believe in that, especially from those whom you love and who love you, so that you will also be prepared to truly hear it and separate the message from the messenger so that you can really get real. Assure the person that you will not get mad at him or her and that they need or you need to hear the truth. Then when you hear the truth, don't get mad and just hear what they have to say so that you can really get real with yourself. Number two, build a support network. Recent studies indicate that people you spend time with affect your habits, whether good or bad. American and Chilean researchers, even Asian researchers, found that a peer support group inspire people to double their financial savings. In the same way, other participants were offered a higher interest rate on their savings, an incentive that had zero effect. And a much-quoted study from Harvard found that those who have at least one obese friend have a 57% greater chance of being obese themselves. That is scary. They say birds with the same feather flock together. So be careful with the support network that you have. Remember, the support network that you should build for yourself are the people whom you admire, the people who can tell you the truth about yourself, and the people who just want what's best for you. That it's very difficult to build, but once you get that support network, you will not go astray. You're in good hands. Number three, take baby steps. Do not assume that you could already leap without even looking. So take it one step at a time. The key to success is stringing together enough of the right decisions. Alter contents and science backs this up. A classic Stanford University study observed kids who had trouble with math. One group was instructed to set smaller goals to tackle math problems, while a second group was asked to set long-term goals. The first group accurately solved 80% of the problems. The second group, only 40%. Of course, because it's already difficult and you cannot, shall I say, expect yourself to fly when you could not even walk yet. So make sure you have that balanced life, take baby steps, and you're on your way. I am not perfect. I'm still also a work in progress, but just to make sure that I'm sharing this with you so that we could have a better 2016. Moving on, for the fourth way, focus on avoiding loss. Financially or in terms of relationship, it is always worth to save what you already have. If focusing on a goal doesn't work, don't be surprised. In the best-selling Change Anything, the new science of personal success, authors Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, and David Maxfield said that humans that are more motivated are to avoid less than to attain gain. In other words, envisioning a life plagued with heart disease or an early death is a more powerful agent for creating healthy eating habits than picturing yourself looking hot in a swimsuit. But they say sometimes it also helps to visualize yourself into something beautiful so that you would like to take steps to do these things. But this study says otherwise. You focus on avoiding loss. For example, you don't want to die early. You don't want to be obese where people laugh at you and you get sick all the time because you're so big. You could not carry yourself. You cannot do the things you want to do and you don't have energy for it because your fats are eating up your energy. So if you focus on that, perhaps you'd have the, shall I say, the right motivation to do things that will help you reach your goal and not become those things that you don't want to be. Number 5, well, I'll share that with you when we come back here on It's Time with Sherry, because there's more to come, dear televiewers. And so allow me to, well, greet everyone there a happy, happy new year. I hope you'll have a bright year 2016 ahead of you, and make sure to celebrate the milestones in your life with your loved ones. Please stay with me here on It's Time with Sherry.
Kabay pa nga ang aton selebrasyon sang Paskwa malinong kag masadya. Upod ko ang akong pamilya sa pagtamyaw malipayon nga Paskwa kag masanyog nga bag-ong tuig. Kini si Congressman Albi Benitez sa ika-3 nga distrito sang Negros Occidental.
Kita magpasalamat sa mahal naton nga Diyos tungod kay Paskwa na diri sa
Our fellow Bacolod nuns, let us thank the Lord for a wonderful year.
Indeed, 2015 was filled with so much blessings, successes, and trials. Let us all look forward to 2016. Let us all join hands, unite to create more jobs and investment opportunities for the city of Bacolod. Let us make the real spirit of Christmas, the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ, fill our hearts with love and peace.
From our home to yours, a blessed Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
To all the people of the city of Bacolod, the booming city and home of the Mascara Festival, the City of Smile, I wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year for 2016.
Welcome back. You're watching It's Time with Shari. A while ago, I shared with you how to change positively, or how to positively change your ways. Number 1 is to get real with yourself. Number 2 is to build a support network. Number 3 is to take baby steps. Number 4 is focus on avoiding loss. And number 5 is care of me. Always think positively, because when you think positive, well, positive things also happen to you. They say what you think, you can make things happen. Whatever you think, you can do these things. So think positively, so you'll also have that positive ways. And so for year 2016, I'm pretty sure that many of you would like to have great relationships, not just romantic relationships, but relationships that will help you grow, that will help you attain the things that you want, not just for yourself, but for the people whom you love. And so I would like to believe that having great relationships, especially that strong support network, would help you move forward and not just walk, but soar high with our Almighty Father. And so please allow me to share with you the key to a great relationship. Are you interested now? Of course you are. And so just to make sure that we will not forget, the author Tyler Leslie have shared with us that we should not forget our vowels. Know your vowels when you want to build and have that great relationship. People often say they want to work on their relationship, but most people don't realize how much work and effort it actually takes to do that. The good news is that there are many, many ways we can build and maintain a great relationship. And there is also no right and wrong way. What's important is your intention. But allow me to share with you the 5 vowels to have that great relationship. Now, letter A, so vowels, A-E-I-O-U. Let's start with A, affection. Showing your partner affection, giving them the attention they need, is crucial, not just for your partner, by the way, but also for the people whom you work with, whom you want to develop a strong relationship with. Take time and make time for them. There are so many ways to show affection. Like for your partner, you could always hold hands, sit close to each other while watching TV, perhaps showing them love randomly or unexpectedly, like a note or just a text saying hi to your partner, or has she eaten, what is she doing right now. That is showing affection already, and it does not cost a bit. Building that connection and showing your partner that you care for them is a requirement. Don't fall behind on this one. So affection is very important. E for empathy. Empathy is a quality that has many characteristics, and it is a quality that can be learned, one that can help deepen the connection in your relationship. They say that it's important to have sympathy, but empathy is stronger, because apart from the fact that you put yourself into someone else's shoes, you feel for them. You have that same feeling, and that is a deep connection to another person. You have to genuinely be interested in how your partner feels and understand the way they see certain things. Not showing empathy in your relationship will cause your loved ones to question whether you really care or not. You can start showing empathy by listening and interacting from a genuine standpoint, by offering to help in their time of need, or just by opening up to them. Finding the emotional connection is important to being empathetic in your relationship. Because when you have empathy in your relationship, it's just like you share already the love that you have between the two of you. I for integrity. Having integrity in general is a very honorable quality, but having integrity in your relationship is just as important. Having integrity helps you open up to your vulnerabilities, which in turn helps build a strong relationship. Being honest with each other is a way that builds trust in your relationship. Always doing what you say you're going to do, doing everything you can do to fulfill that promise will go a long way. Don't say one thing and do another. Don't say you can do this and then you'll turn up not doing it. Well, you will lose that integrity. It's got to be there in your relationship. Integrity, by the way, is more than just honesty. Integrity is doing what you say you will. O for openness. Communication and being open with your partner or your loved ones is probably the most important one of all. It is important for your partner to be updated on how you are feeling and what you are thinking, especially at times when you have that conflict. Communication is very important. You must be open to yourself and open to your partner so that, well, you can talk it out and perhaps solve the problem that is already there. The best way to be open with your partner is to tell them how you are feeling as soon as that feeling arises. But of course, make sure not to blurt it out without feelings, or shall I say blurt it out without regard for your partner's feelings. Don't wait to see if it goes away anyway. Talk about it and communicate with each other so you can start working on solving that problem. Waiting to see if the problem will fix itself is the worst idea, because the problem will not fix itself. It has got to be you who will fix the problem, and communication is one way for you to solve that. Last but not the least, A-E-I-O-U. What do you think? Well, U stands for understanding. We are all different and we all have a different point of view. Understanding what is important to your partner and understanding your partner's way of thinking is something that you have to be able to do. It's not all the time about yourself. It's not just about what you feel. It has also sometimes, or shall I say most of the time, also about something your partner feels. You've got to understand to build that great relationship. You may not see a certain situation the way your partner does, but you need to understand that they see it differently and you need to support that. You can still respect each other even if you have different opinions, even if you have contrasting stands. It does not matter. What matters is that you understand his stand. You understand your partner's point of view. Being understanding in your relationship can look like this. Your partner tells you how she feels and you tell your partner how you feel. Well, in a relationship, that is also very ideal. If you tell your coworker how you feel at work, but not just about complaints and grumblings, also you must be able to consider and understand what they're feeling at the same time, because at the end of the day, it's not just about you. It's about the environment. It's about your relationship. It's about yourself and your partner or your friend. So AEIOU stands for affection, empathy, integrity, openness, and understanding. If you've got those keys to a relationship, you'll be able to build a great relationship. How is that? Well, it's going to be, shall I say, a sweeter and a better 2016 for us if we are able to build and have a great relationship with the people who matters most to us. When we come back, I'm going to share with you a whole lot more, this time from Jim Rohn and John Maxwell. And it's about setting goals, because sometimes we want what's best for us, but we just don't know how to get that. Please stay with me here on It's Time with Sherry.
Since 1960, USI Credit and Finance Corporation, trusted for fast and personalized service. Chattel Mortgage, real estate loan, pension loan, and businessman's credit line. No processing fee, no hidden charges. USI Credit and Finance Corporation.
So Tita, what is new, what is special about Melly's Garden Restaurant?
Well, maybe the place, the ambience, and the food. What else you want?
So why do you think people keep on coming back to Melly's Garden Restaurant?
Maybe because of the food, it's the taste, it's Negros, what do you call this? It's Negros food that we are offering. We have also Tagalog, we have Mindanao. In short, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
So people who come here really are satisfied.
Yes, of course. Of course. They are satisfied.
You have a reputation here in Bacolod that once it's from Melly Gonzalez, it's really, really good food. Why, where did you get that, shall I say, expertise in food?
Well, I really love to cook ever since I was a small girl. Yeah. And what else? Maybe it's really my forte. Yeah.
Your forte, and it's your passion.
Yes, passion and forte.
And due to experience, you have mastered the dishes from all over the Philippines.
Not all over. Let's be humble.
Pero ano gid ang ginapabugal mo nga specialty Tita Mel?
Bilang atong pagkaon gid ya. Nga taga Bacolod, we have this KBL, we have this sinugba, mga ano. Lahat gid ng pagkaon naton nga nagustuhan gid sa mga Ilonggo, mga Tagalog, mga pangayaw, amo gid ang nagustuhan.
So Miss Sarah, what are the specialties offered by Melly's Garden Restaurant?
Hi, Miss Cherry. Our top specialties, we have the calio. What's this? Kansi. You should try it. It's very saleable and one of the favorite of my children. And we have the sinigang fish, which is really good. And we have the bacareta, our signature dish, KBL. And the pangat, you should try. And I'm sure the public is kept on coming back because it's really, really good.
So I have noticed that your buffet is really full and, you know, it never runs out of food, no? So what is special and the kind of preparation that you give for your buffet? Because you have buffet every Sunday here at 6th Street.
Yeah, every Sunday the buffet keeps, we maintain the buffet here for lunch. And of course, because Tita Melly, it's the signature dishes of Tita Melly. She's the brain of our restaurant. And people keep coming back because they love all the cuisine that we prepared here.
Miss Sarah, tell us about your new branch in North Drive.
Yes, we have another branch, in North Drive. We have Melly's Garden, same name, and we also serve the same kind of food, but it caters mostly to students and hospital employees because we're in front of the Doctor's Hospital and we're also near the Riverside Medical Center. And also alongside, we have banks and offices. So I can assure the customers that we are serving the same quality food, but for students and office workers, we can serve half of the amount. So it's very affordable for the students, and people are already familiarized with the cuisine there, and hopefully we will have more customers also there.
You have a buffet there
every Friday, lunch and dinner at 199 only. Yes, you should try it. Before Tita Meli and us became a partner together with my husband, we are #1 fan of Meli's Garden Restaurant because we love the way she cooked the food. It's really the authentic Ilonggo dish, and that keeps us and our children, we came back from time to time because we love it so much.
And now you are partly the owner of Meli's.
Yes, and we're just like a mother and daughter team.
So what do you like about Meli's Garden Restaurant?
Meli's Garden, tanan here is manamit. I'm also a good cook and I love to eat. We love to eat actually, so that's why where there's good food, we are always there. We know what's best here, like the kare-kare with the matching bagoong. Their lumpia is also good. Their ang mga fish nila, their laing. Basta everything is so good. That's why we come here as often as we could. Basta namin.
Thank you. What is your name, sir?
Shane. Shane.
So what do you like about Meli's Garden?
The food. The food, very nice, very nice.
You bring your family?
Well, my fiance and her family. Yes, yes, yes.
So is there a particular food that you like here?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm going back for some more now.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much. Okay.
Please come to Meli's Garden at 6th Street. And we have also another one at North Drive. And we serve buffet every Sunday at Meli's Restaurant, 6th Street. Please come and you will never be disappointed.
Okay. So, Bacolodnos, please come and visit us at Meli's Garden, 6th Street, North Drive. We are here every day at 6th Street and also at North Drive except on Sundays. And rest assured that you will really enjoy our food.
Welcome back. You're watching It's Time with Sherry. At this point, I'd like to thank Miss Clea Velasco of Alta Essentia Salon and Spa. Thank you so much for my hair and makeup today. Also to Janice, the hair and makeup stylist or artist. Thank you. Also, thank you to my sponsors, Campestuhan Highland Resort, Yusai Credit and Finance Corporation, Little Miss Cupcake, and Melly's Garden. Thank you so much for your support to It's Time with Sherry. At this point, allow me to share with you the 10 steps to serious goal setting by Zig Ziglar. We all know that we want what's best for us, but the problem is sometimes we don't know how to get there. So Zig Ziglar is the right person to be able to share with us how to set goals for ourselves, because they say one person with a commitment is worth 100 who only have an interest. If you have a commitment to do the things that you ought to do for yourself, then that's the way to go to be able not just to set goals, but to reach your aspirations. When you plan and prepare carefully, you can legitimately expect to have success in your efforts. When you recognize and develop the winning qualities that you were born with, the winner you were born to be emerges. And although not all your expectations are going to come to pass, you give yourself an infinitely better chance of succeeding by taking the proper steps. So it's about taking the proper steps, regardless of your goal. It may be as little as losing weight, furthering your education, as big as earning a promotion, saving money for a new home or an exotic vacation, or building that business to greater heights. Whatever goal you have, whatever goal you want to set for yourself, you can expect to achieve it if you plan and prepare for it. So let's start with these 10 steps. Number 1, build a solid foundation. Honesty, character, integrity, trust, love, and loyalty. This foundation will give you an honest shot at reaching any goal you have properly set. If you're honest to yourself, if you have the character, the strength of character to pursue your goal, you can do it. If you have the integrity to deal with the people whom you deal with every day, then they will trust you, they will love you, they will be loyal to you as much as you are loyal to them, and you can reach your goal. But that's just the first step. Number 2, make the commitment. The most practical, beautiful, workable philosophy in the world won't work if you won't. You can have all the philosophies in your head, but if you don't work on what you want, it will not happen. As Mary Crowley said, as I've said earlier and shared earlier, one person with a commitment is worth 100 who only have an interest. See? Just make sure that you're committed to do the things that you ought to do no matter what. Number 3, break it down. Break down your intermediate and long-range goals into increments. Make sure that you do not put all the goals that you have in one long list. You've got to break it down so that you'll know what's your short-term goal, you'll know what's your long-term goal. What do you need to do for the first quarter of 2016? What do you want to have by the end of 2016 and onwards? So break it down. Number 4, see it. If you want to reach a goal, you must see the reaching in your mind before you actually arrive at your goal. They say it's visualization. In your imagination, see yourself already enjoying what you wanted for yourself, like receiving that diploma for high school or college students, getting that job promotion that you wanted, if you're a career person, making that speech, giving that victory party, if you're running for election, moving into your dream house, if you're just getting married, and achieving that weight that you wanted for yourself, if you wanted a weight loss. So anything, just visualize it and see it happen, and it will, if you work on it. Just remember, there's first, second, third, fourth, and up to 10 steps. We're just on the 4th. Now let's move on to the 5th step. Number 5, hold yourself accountable. Daily discipline is the key to reaching your goals. Record your progress toward your goals every night and list the most important things you need to do the next day. They say a to-do list will make it happen and will help you reach your goals. I think I've got to start doing this, a to-do list. So hold yourself accountable, because if you've got a to-do list, if you have listed the things that you needed to do for yourself, at the end of the day, you will say, oh, these are the things that I failed to do. And what are you going to do for the next day? Are you going to forget it? No. Make sure that you include what you wanted to do the day before to the next day, so you'll be able to finish it. Easier said than done, but if you do it with commitment, yes, we can. Number 6, expect change. Make a decision to move toward a goal carefully, but be willing to change your direction to get there as conditions and circumstances demand. Push on, dear friend, and you will be there. Expect change. Do not always, like Filipinos, we Filipinos are very resilient. Like a bamboo stick, we can always go where the wind blows if there is a need. Number 7, tell it to people, and tell people about your goal so that they will also hold you accountable, and chances are they will also support you in reaching your goal. It's not about bragging, by the way. It's telling them what you want to happen for yourself and what you want to happen about those goals, so that, well, they will support you, they will understand you why you're doing what you're doing at the current time, because they already know your goal. So tell people, especially close people, people who are close to you. Number 8, be a team player. You can have everything you want in life if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Do you believe in karma? That is good karma. If you do good things to other people, definitely good things will happen to you. Do not expect that these people whom you helped will also return the favor. What I mean to say is, well, the universe will just conspire that good things will happen to good people. That's just the way of life. Number 9, write it all down. Make sure that each time you reach a goal, you write it down. Your confidence will grow so that you do it, and, well, you can do bigger and better things after accomplishing any goal. Write about it in your journal or even in a piece of paper, wherever, as long as you write it down, so that you can see the things that you've already done. You can see where you are and where you want to be. The 2 points of direction, or shall I say 2 points, will just meet from where you are right now to where you want to be. And number 10, reflect. What you get by reaching your destination isn't nearly as important as what you become by reaching your goals. What you will become is the winner you were born to be. Well, they say it's not just about winning, it's the journey to winning. It's the journey to getting and reaching that goal. So make sure that you know how to set your goals, and thanks so much to Zig Ziglar for sharing with us his very applicable tips on how to reach our goals. But the number 1 most important thing is know your goal first. The most pathetic thing is you don't know what you want. You don't know what's your goal for yourself. Know it first. Know your purpose. Find your purpose in life. Know what you want to be. And there, you can already start setting it for yourself and reaching it. Allow me to thank my sponsors again: Alta Essentia Salon and Spa, Easy Rock 105.5, Love Radio 91.9, and Watchman Daily Journal. Happy New Year to my dear friends Dave Fajardo and Francis Munoz. Thank you so much for your support to all of the projects of CGI Excel Events, TV Production and Marketing, and of course to It's Time with Sherry. I'd also like to give a special greeting to my dear friend Mr. Roderick Samonte of Casadia Bacolod Development Foundation Incorporated. Thank you so much for making me part of Casadia. And, well, when I come back, I'm going to share with you how to design an optimum life by John Maxwell, as promised. So please stay with me here on It's Time with Sherry. Welcome back. You're watching It's Time with Shari. I'm your host, Shari Hineti Elon. At the start of year 2016, I would like all of us to be filled with positivity, to be filled with so much hope as to designing an optimum life. And so I'd like to share this with you from John Maxwell. 8 growth principles vital to charting your path to personal development. Don't we all want to grow? Don't we all want to develop and achieve success? Well, we can do this by designing an optimum life. It's amazing how 7 words can so dramatically shape the course of your life. That question says, what is your plan for personal growth? If I were to ask you that same question, how are you going to answer me? Well, let me share 8 growth principles vital to charting your path to personal development according to John Maxwell. Number 1, growth is not an automatic process. Improvement doesn't just happen. It takes time, effort, and a plan. You may have heard the saying, what gets scheduled gets done. The same principle applies to your personal development. Unless you set aside the time to grow, you won't do much growing. So set it for yourself. Get it scheduled. Number 2, growth separates those who succeed from those who do not. That is true. Show me a successful person and I'll show you someone who is serious about personal development. Nobody becomes highly successful by accident. Intentional growth is the key. Number 3, growth takes time. I often say that experience isn't the best teacher, evaluated experience is. I repeat. Experience is not the best teacher. Evaluated experience is. When you look back on your experiences and reflect upon what you've learned, it spurs you to continue progressing. Don't be impatient with the time it takes to grow. Instead, use the time and the lessons you've learned to your advantage. Number 4, the more we grow, the more we know we need to grow. Legendary basketball coach John Wooden loved it, saying, "It's what we learn after we know it all that counts." Don't you agree? It's what we learn after we know it all that counts. So true, personal development is a process with no end. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you still need to learn. I've been teaching leadership, well, for several years, and I learn things every day. Rather than becoming frustrated by this, I embrace it. I think we should all embrace it. Number 5, growth equals change. I agree with that. Sometimes personal growth can be intimidating because it requires you to push beyond your comfort zone and make changes. Well, I would say positive change. They say it's difficult for some people, and it's uncomfortable. It's often easier to stay where we are. However, I've learned the most when I've been the most uncomfortable. Sometimes you just need to get out of your comfort zone to get that change that you want. If you've been doing the same things over and over again and without succeeding, I think you've got to find ways to change on how you do things. Perhaps it will help you build and design an optimum life. Number 6, growth inside fuels growth outside. Of course, your development journey begins with an inward focus. Start by making small internal changes. Before long, those changes begin to manifest themselves outwardly with big results. Your growth plan should reflect the patience and discipline this will require. Earlier, I shared with you that character is a foundation to setting that goal. And well, now they say virtues of patience and discipline are just as important. And I agree with that. Number 7, growth requires a forward focus. By definition, growth requires you to get bigger. It's easy to celebrate past successes and milestones and focus on them. But warning, too much of that and you'll get stuck. Don't rest on your laurels. It's great to celebrate, but don't rest on your laurels. Always, always focus on your personal growth, and the people around you will also grow with you. Shift your thinking into forward gear. You should want to be bigger tomorrow than you are today, not in size. Learn from today and use those lessons to make tomorrow even better. Number 8, you determine the areas where you need to grow. One big key to successful personal development is to grow in your areas of strength. Why is this so powerful? Because if you can master the areas where you are strongest, you'll find yourself head and shoulders above the crowd. If you bog down in your weaker areas, you might waste valuable energy on a skill and never rise above average. Target your strengths in your plan. Know your strengths and weaknesses, but focus on your strengths. Ultimately, only one person is responsible for your growth and development. You know who that is? That's you. You might have a manager or mentor who pushes your work in an organization that encourages employee development, but it's up to you to lead your own journey. Now let's move on. Great tools for growth. What will you use to form and achieve your plan for growth? Well, John Maxwell shared 5 things to help us grow. Intentionally plan your growth by committing yourself to the discipline of learning in these 5 areas. Number 1, great people. The people you surround yourself with will shape you more than anything else. Spend time with talented, experienced, growing people. And of course, positive people. Tactics: schedule 1 lunch a month with someone who will stretch your thinking, someone who can help you grow, someone who can help you think about bigger things. Great messages. In your connected world, you literally have access to thousands of speakers at your fingertips. Take advantage of that. Tactic: listen to one message that challenges you every week. Number 3, great places. Find places that inspire and instruct you and spend time there. Well, shall I say, soak up your surroundings and see what they can teach you. Tactic: plan 1 trip every year that will inspire you. Do not allow yourself to be stuck in one place throughout the year. Number 4, great events. Conferences, workshops, and celebrations stimulate you to engage with your environment and learn from it. So be part of a group or an organization that celebrates, that helps you celebrate life and helps you to learn as well. Tactic: set aside the time and money to attend 1 per year. And lastly, but not the least, great books. Great books can give you access to a world of mentors with expertise in any area. Read deeply to guide and improve your thinking. Tactic: commit to reading a book every month. If possible, increase that discipline to 1 book per week. And well, you might be surprised with yourself how much you have grown. I think I've shared enough tips with all of you on how to have a great 2016, how to positively change or how to change positively, how to set your goals, how to build an optimum life or design an optimum life, and how to have a great relationship. All these things we need for a great 2016. And so, as I end, allow me to share with you a favorite quote of mine. Actually, these are 2 quotes from Walt Disney that I have, shall I say, tried to embrace. And so he said at one point in his life, if you can dream it, you can do it. And all dreams, or shall I say, he said, and all dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Make sure you have the courage to pursue your dreams, because when you can dream it, you can do it. And finally, allow me to share this proverb with you, Proverbs 3 verses 1 to 4. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life and peace they will add to you. Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and of man. Have a blessed and prosperous 2016, everyone. I'm your host, Shari Hinete Elon. Till next time, here on It's Time with Shari.